Welcome to week 4 of our U.S. History Classroom. Today, or actually this week, we're going to be talking about the American Revolution and the events that led up to the independence of the United States. We're going to begin by looking at a timeline of events and focusing on cause and effect, and also focusing on the theme of triumph and tragedy. During this week, we'll be doing some reading, and the reading will be about the events, and it'll be important for you to be able to identify how those events are connected, knowing that the American independence movement wasn't just about the Boston Tea Party, but there was a lot of events that happened as well. And as I said, we'll focus on triumph and tragedy. Triumph being who are the groups that actually won something during these events leading up to the American independence. And of course we know that the Americans won their independence, but were there groups that were left out? Was there any tragedy that was involved? As we look at this unit, we have to take a look at who are these groups that were affected by going to war? Were there people that didn't want to go to war? And what happened to them? When we talk about wars, we have to understand that not everybody wanted to go to war. And in any war, we take a look at the wars that break out now in our own nation's history. So perhaps we're going to be coming across groups of people who were not inclined to go to war. And as well as once the American Revolution began, did the American movement for independence, did that spur on other groups from other countries to seek independence? In other words, are we looking at a domino effect? The United States declares its independence. What happens in other countries? As you'll find out, there was a lot of impact from this war, but not everything was good, because as we're also going to see is that the Americans quite possibly could have lost the war. So our focus once again is on the American independence movement and the causes and effects, and we're also focusing on the theme of triumph and tragedy. Who are the winners and who are the losers? We'll be coming back to you again next week, week 5, talking more about the American Revolution.